Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone, to Crestfallen. So, Astra has been very busy. 1, 2, 3 new buildings. Very good looking. With interiors. Ooh, this is a library. The library. Oh, I like that. I really like this build. And they did connect with my one. And that's why Astra's my goat. I have been planning another building here. I'm thinking of doing this. This bit here is going to be empty. Building there, part of the building there, part of the building there. Roof going up, rooftop. Something here. I don't know. This new building that Astra's building is so cool. So cool, so cool, so cool. I really like this building. It reminds me of my base from last season of Crestfallen. I'll put some images on screen now. If you didn't watch. Highly recommend it. It's like block by block episode 14 and a bit of the up from that. I'm either going to build this building this week or I'm going to build this building up here. I really want to build a building up here. It would just perfectly frame my base. Because if we do this, there's such an empty space up here, which would be perfectly filled by another like tall building. Which is why I really want to build one up there. So, I'm thinking of doing that right now. I have no idea what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm thinking of just getting started and seeing how we go. What can we make this? We're going to make this... We can make that the Tinkerer's building. Yeah, I think we'll make that the Tinkerer's building. Which means we're going to need a Tinkerer table. Which is, we need TNT, logs, piston, redstone torch. I will get all that. And I will start building... Actually, no, I'll get that when I'm done. I will start building this now. Alright, now this is my kind of idea. So it's going to be like, this is going to be the outside and then that block to that block. So that's like a straight line pretty much, except for like a little jut out. I might bring this one out more. Then this is going to go out like this. And then somewhere it's going to come in like that. And then connect over there. And then we'll have like a door here maybe. But we'll see, we'll see. Alright, I'll bring you back when I have this layer done. Alright, I have made a bit of a change now. I have added this to it. I do have this first layer like down as color wise, and I'm looking at it from back here and I don't know how I feel about it. So that goes like that. So if we change this to be like that maybe, I still feel like this bit here is a bit jutty. Yeah, it was too like diagonal in my opinion, but I like how it is now. But yeah, I think that will look kind of cool there like that. And then if we have some bit being taller, I don't know. We're going to have a tower here, so that's going to be tall. We could have this bit tall, and it could be like a U shape. Maybe. We'll have to see, because I don't know what I'm feeling like doing yet. It also feels like a bit big for the type of buildings I'm doing. I'm doing little small ones. But that is kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like I will do this as a 2-story, potentially 3-story. Oh wait, I was gonna drop this down by 1. Oh, I just did all this work and I have to get rid of it all. Now we have the entire floor done for real. It was on the right level this time. But I also am starting on a window. And for this window, let me get rid of these for a second. Put that there. We'll do that. Boop, 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 boop. What does that look like? Light gray. What does that look like now? That is a pretty cool looking window, I think. I'd say with light it might look a bit better. I think that's the only window I'm going to do looking like that though, because I don't really like it. But I want to leave it there because it looks some different than what I normally would do. So then you're going to be able to walk out here into this nice balcony, which is going to look over the entire builds, which are looking really cool now with the shaders and with the light. I am happy with this. Now, what do we want to do next? Alright, so I finished the second floor thing. Haven't done the roof yet. You can tell because it's raining through the roof. Stellar. Anyway, I was in England recently, visiting some of my online friends from this exact server, Mango Bango, who's just after logging off, and Bonker. Good old Bonker. Bun was meant to come, but sadly they couldn't because of personal things. But I met them, and I'll put some pictures on the screen. We just kind of hung around, did bits and bobs. That's like a Jodo Johnson face reveal, kind of. No, it's not, because the face are covered by Minecraft skins. But yeah, I am going to move on to doing the roof now. And what I'm thinking of doing is having like a peaked roof here. It goes around here, and then we're going to have another peaked roof here. So it's going to be like a 90-degree peak roof, or like an L shape kind of. Or we could have a peaked roof here. Oh, I know that doesn't line up properly. Yeah, no, we're going to have to do the slope one. All right, now I'm going to need spruce. And the closest place to get spruce is all the way up at Astra's house. Look at that. That is so cool. Oh, I love that. Astra is such a good builder. Now, I shouldn't need that much, but yeah, I'm going to grab a fair amount. Oh, look, skeleton horse. So we're going to need a lot of stairs. So I'm going to turn all of that into stairs and all that into blocks for now. I just got a freaking ethereal message to check Discord. Okay, so cool roof. Happy with that. I want to build an antenna on top of it. I have stolen some redstone from Bonker. Ooh, there's a one in here now. Well, Bonker normally lets me steal, so that's all good. And Bonker has not been on the server for a while, so that is also all good. I am thinking of building like an antenna here, but that means I'm going to need smooth stone. And actually, I don't. I can just use change cobblestone. That'll look kind of cool. But yeah, that should look kind of cool on top of the Tinkerer Tower. I tried to make like an observer or like a camera pointing outwards, which does look kind of cool in my opinion. Okay, so if we do like there, 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 and then if we just go up with this, and then if we put that there like that, boop, 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 then the middle, we just have the tower go up a bit further. That looks good for a base one. And now we need to go get more frame blocks. And now, if we really wanted to, we can make it look like a wire is coming down from this. But for that, I'm going to need something else. I could probably use the guy. I'm going to have like a wire going from that, going down this way, and maybe down the wall and into there somewhere. Black wool might also work. Alright, I now have that done, but we can't see it because it's middle of the night. You can kind of see the cable. Please, please, please. Like, look at that. That looks so cool already. When we have builds there, and like all this area, it's going to look super duper cool. I think that's kind of cool. But we don't have enough devices to put a bunch of cables around. But if we just have like little ones coming, maybe like one, like up there. It just goes down. Just goes down, goes through this window. And then we have it go through the floor maybe. And that goes up through the floor and into the roof. Just like little cables around the place. I feel like we might need a bit more like industrial stuff off the side of the building though. So I'm going to do a bit of that, and I will bring you back when we have a good bit of that done. Blah. Hey Bun, yeah. Does it count as cheating if it's a glitch? Because I'm floating. But it's also really handy that I'm floating because I want to build with it. So I'm not allowed to continue flying. Please. What if I ask Kiyo? Because Kiyo's also an owner. Oh no. Me and Kiyo are chill like that. I feel like it's fine. We are now all done the build, and I am going to show it to you now because it is really cool looking in my opinion. I added a bunch of clutter to it to make it look like there was like a tinker inside. Person who like messed around with redstone. It's completely empty on the... Oh, wait, you can... Okay, that's cool. You can completely empty on the inside so far. I need to add more stuff. I need to actually make the actual tinker table. How do I make that again? How do I make a piston? Cobblestone, iron, redstone. Don't have redstone, don't have iron, don't have cobblestone. So I will need to rob people to get that stuff. But yeah, I am really happy with that. I think that is really cool looking. And all I need to do is get started on the interior. I tried to make these look like cables. I don't know if they did a good job at that. I think it looks pretty good. And then all this like red stuff is like lights. And like the antenna on the top. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I will bring you back when I have the tinker table in, and yeah, and then we'll get started in the actual interior. All right, I now have the bench down in here. Boom. What does a tinker normally have in their house though? I have no idea. So I really need to figure that out and get them down. Also use these lamps you get from the tinker's table. They're very bright, I will say. But yeah, they're nice. I like them. I think we just need to put more stuff around and then we are good. So, yeah, let me do some research on what a tinker would have in their house, and then I will bring you back. It is 22:04 in the morning, but I've finished most of the interior. If we go in here, we have a nice little lava pool. I did the little glass pane trick with this to make it look like it's lava with the light in the bottom, which with these shaders makes it look like the lava's coming out. Little bits and bobs here. These are oxidizing really fast, so I need to get honey soon. Little control station here. See what I mean? Literally looked away for 1 second. Upstairs though is where the real gem is. If we go upstairs, we have TNT hanging from the walls. Little bits of clutter. We have an infinite water source here with the same like water trick, but with a pipe, which makes it look old and stuff. Ooh, holy frames. And we have our little infinite lava thingamabobber. Very handy. And then we can put that lava directly into these. The only problem is this bit has been burned by the lava. So I'm really scared that this bit's going to start burning and that's going to burn the whole thing down. I have replaced it with that, which makes it look a bit better from the outside. I also need to put more like electronic bits like these on this side. But I actually kind of think that looks kind of too cool on its own. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm going to heck to bed though, because I am really tired. And I will see you in the morning. Alright, so I've just logged on. And yeah. That was absolutely spectacular. The bit that I thought was going to catch on fire didn't catch on fire. The bit on top of the roof though is not so lucky. So I'm not going to replace this with wood because that's stupid. Because if I replace it with wood, it's going to burn again. So either I go get more copper, or I replace it with stone. And I personally think copper would look kind of cooler. But I also think maybe just stone. Because I'm not bothered to get more copper. Alright, there we go. That's another little bit of something on the roof. And hopefully that won't burn anymore now. Because I was AFK. Not AFK, but I was like offline. And people were here. So that might have been why that burned so much. Hopefully. But yes. That should work. That should be fine now. Hopefully. Also, this is oxidizing quite fast, so I might just leave it oxidized until I can get it. Also, one last thing before I end this episode. I'm going to make a couple of paintings, like work safety paintings, and dot them around the place, because I feel like that'd be kind of funny. So I will do that, and I will bring you back when I have all them done, because I'm going to make them in like Photopea and stuff. Bye-bye. I'll bring you back. I am a genius. Beware of the lava. That's one of them. I really like that one, because like it's next to lava. We have 3 more upstairs. We have Beware of the TNT, or Watch the TNT, because there's like TNT up there, with the image of the TNT in the background. This one's my favorite. Slippery, because you don't want to slip. You don't want to slip in the water. And then you have one more here, just Beware of Fire, because you know we kind of have had that thing. I also do need a sign, which means I need wood. This is like this entire base is just gonna be like slowly turned into a freaking amalgamation of like repairs because of this fire that I have in here. Alright, that should be fine for now. Anyway, I want to grab something from down here, and then we are all done for today's episode. Days without incident, 0. Because yeah, we haven't gone a full day. I'm going to put one there and one there just to support that up. Perfect. We have 0 days without incident now. And that is where I'm going to leave this episode. So I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. We got a lot done today, and I can't wait to build another one. Bye-bye.